This Week in Candy. Don't sue us. What's up, everybody? We are back for better or worse. Bright and unfortunately early. Here we are. This Week in Candy. Who's here? Seahawks Cards 3. What's up, Borland? What's up, Milos Goes to College? Devlar, Keith, J. Dale, and Snoopaloop. Thank you guys for rising and grinding with us. Man, here we are. I missed the past couple weeks, but it's finally arrived. Lineup 6, the last. Now the last. It wasn't always supposed to be the last, but now the last lineup. And its initial run of 2022 cards, moments, whatever you might call it. I got to apologize to you guys for not tweets and comes to the live streams. I have a full-time job that's very, very peaks and valleys. So I'm coming out of a peak right now. So hopefully that means we can have some fun moving forward. But we're going to do it. We're jumping in today. So supposedly early access should be open. And at this point, I feel like everyone has early access or should have early access. It should be open, but I'm not seeing a buy button. So we're going to sweat this out together. I'm also not signed in. That might be it. How's everybody doing this morning? Baseball season is in full ass swing. Borland just opened a lineup 6-pack. Okay, so it just was because I was logged out and I'm too tired to realize. Here we go. Scooping up a few. So in summary, this is the 6th time they've done a pack drop. As you guys remember, they started by releasing, what was it? All 60,000. They cut back to just 30,000. They went from $50 to $30. They've been pivoting along the way, which should make everyone feel good. I just bought 4 packs 3 minutes after the buzzer started. I'm number 466 through 469. Nice. So almost 500 packs have sold, again, out of 30,000. That's a lot. Keith says, fire the Russet. Yeah, the chants have begun. JJ says, go Sox. To the house says, GM. Let's jump right in and open a pack, huh? Let's go with, I'm feeling 467. 467. Before we do that, here I'll just quickly share, and I want to make sure I don't blow everyone's eardrums. That's what usually happens. Let's take a look at who's in this specifically. Here we go. So highlights, let's just look through. I mean, say what you will, Robbie Ray, former Cy Young. Let's see, we got Syndergaard, Corey Seager, and Marcus Semien from the Rangers. Keeping in the American League. Let's see, Javi Baez, Austin Meadows, Greinke, Correa, Gary Sanchez. Is that super small for you guys? I could probably make it bigger. Not much. Who else? Trevor Story, for better or worse, as a Sox fan. Chapman, Gleyber Torres, Matt Chapman again. Rougned Odor. How about walk-off Odor? He's got like 6 walk-offs this year. That's not true. It's probably like 2, but still. Ozzy Albies just hurt last night, right? Suffered fractured foot. That's a huge, huge dig to a surging Braves team. Corbin Burns, former Red Sox Hunter Renfroe. Man, talk about hot or cold. That dude would hit like 900-foot home runs and then go 0 for 40. Mike Yastrzemski, hometown favorite, Red Sox favorite, Mike Yastrzemski, who's on the Giants. Couldn't play farther from the Red Sox. Here's the big one. Fernando Tatis Jr., despite not seeing a pitch so far this season, I think he's the one we want, right? Chris Bryant, DeGrom, also hasn't thrown a pitch this season. Not the strongest pack. Not the strongest pack. I probably should have looked at this a little harder before I bought 4, but that's all right. We're here for the content, baby. And Torkelson. How could I forget Torkelson? Yeah, thank you, Milo. Epic Torkelson would be nice. All right. Let me switch to tab, and we're going to rip. And I'm excited to talk, too. I'm going to not share the tab audio so I don't murder your guys' ears. I'm excited to talk about Titans, too. That's something that we really haven't jumped into on the show. Here we go. All right, low number. We know it doesn't matter. Let's prove it wrong. I haven't done one of these in a while. we go, baby. Trying to get the full screen in there. Oh, we got an epic. Starting the day off right. We got an epic, baby. All right. Here we go. Start with some cores. Joey Wendell. We'll take it. I like it. I don't know why, but I like Joey Wendell. Spencer Strider. Look at that stash. That's like Mike Zakarian in the month of November. All right. We love relief pitchers, Candy. Oh, Steven Piscotty. Piscotty too hottie. Okay, well, you know, that's why they include an epic. Here we go. Uncommon. Roberto Perez. Number 55 for the Pirates. So, yeah, not the best pack so far, but hopefully all the luck's sitting right here, baby. So we want it. I think Tatis would be nice. I would take a DeGrom, although I don't imagine DeGrom is going to sit up atop the highest value. Torkelson would be nice. Let's see. Ooh, Marcus Semien. All right. Listen, could be worse. Is he still slumping? He was like super slumpy at the beginning of the year. Portland says influencer pack. Yeah, right. If Candy knew I was buying and did that. Let's at least watch Semien. And you know what? I'm thinking I probably list this bad boy immediately as try to be one of the first ones on the market, just to try to get a quick little buck, knowing that all the other epics have fallen. Oh, man. Next season, I hope they take off that little animation. Did he catch that ball or did it go over the fence? Anyway, all right, there we go. Now we go to my collection. Check out some serial numbers. 106 out of 250. Nothing special. But we'll take it. I'm not complaining about an epic. Let's see what's popping on this marketplace. I'm going to look up and see if anyone has put out a Semien yet. They have. $300 looks like is the one and only out there. You know what? Undercut City, $299. But then again, we got to think, is that going to hold? I imagine that Semien will be less than $299 when all is said and done, and I'll buy this bad boy back. But it's not going to sell. What am I saying? Okay, cool. Anyone else buy a pack so far? I know Borland got one. DJ Loco got an epic Rogers. Oh, let's see what your Rogers is going for. Who is it? Taylor Rogers or Trevor Rogers? Let's see. I'd say. Let's talk Titans. Have you guys been following what is going on? Oh, Adley. I totally looked over Adley too. Adley Rushman's in here. That's awesome. It's going to be interesting, especially in thinking about Adley and some of these other rookies. When they add badges, whenever the time comes, it's going to be interesting to see how that affects the prices, because Adley, who is in here, and there he is. There's his first epic on the market, or two epics on the marketplace. 600 is the floor, it looks like. He has the uncut diamond, right? And man, 35.77. These used to be going for, this would have been going for like 300 minimum a couple months ago. It's just crazy. But it'll be interesting. I'm assuming that the uncut diamond will get the badge. You know, if you're equating it to Top Shot, this will get the candy debut, the CD badge, versus the one with the full suite in the lineup one, or 2022 lineup. Snoopaloop says, I know they talk about something about making your game ticket an NFT. Didn't I miss an update on that? Oh yeah, we should get to that too. That's fun. CJV says burn epics. Yeah. So let's talk about Titans again. I know we've kind of touched upon it in the past weeks, but it's something that Candy is doing specifically and had announced before Top Shot went into the crafting stuff. but have yet to kind of turn the lever and turn it on, which we know is coming soon. But the process here, which I think is actually an interesting one, is that they're introducing a new tier. They're introducing a new tier of rarity called Titan, and it sits between Legendary, which is the 1 of 1, and Epic, which is usually at a 250. The max quantity of each one is going to be. Oh, you said bum epics. I thought you said burn epics. Well, bum epics too. Anyway, the max is going to be 100. So if there are, everyone tries to craft, say, an Adley Rushman, the max will be 100, so that it will always sit between that epic and legendary tier, which I think is smart. The way to craft is you need 100 points, 100 total points that you've burned. So you can burn things for points. Each thing is worth a different thing. It goes from the core is worth 3 points to the epic's worth, I think, 40 points. And so you need 100 burned points to flip into a Titan. Now, 51 of your 100 points, the majority of your points need to be the player that you're burning for, if that makes sense. So I want Adley. I need to burn 51 of those points at minimum. Could be more, but minimum have to be from Adley. And then the other 49 can be like Trevor Rogers or like, any other player any other trash, whether it's core, uncommon, through epic. So this is interesting, right? It's going to not only reduce the circulation of the star players, and we should also talk about 200. So not every player is getting an Titan. 200 of the total, I don't know how many, they probably have 600 of these things out there. 200 total to get them. Everyone who has a legendary, so that's 100 off the bat. And then another 100 who have epics. More than 100 players actually have epics out in the world. So they've been slowly rolling out announcements for what the other 100 epic players will be. And I actually think it's kind of fun. They're doing 3 per day. They're announcing 3 per day with trivia. And if you're the first to answer the trivia in the Discord, you get like $20 or $25 to Fanatics, a gift card to Fanatics. Once again, IRL utility when we're all owned by the same company. They've announced 3 so far. So we have all 100 legendaries, which you have to imagine are the top 100 players in the league, plus Miguel Cabrera, obviously, was announced yesterday. Dansby Swanson, and who was the last one? Yohan Moncada. So 97 more to be announced, baby. But yeah, anyone with a legendary is getting a Titan, and you can probably assume the next 100 best players are getting a Titan. But we'll see. Now, I want to talk strategy here because only 100 Titans can be minted, and they're going to do it like week to week. They're going to do a couple players per week. But what this means is that you can't, like, unless you're a millionaire, and I'm not, you kind of have to target which Titans you want, knowing that you have to own a certain amount of them. And then, like, if you want a Trout, that makes it a lot more difficult because he's more expensive to get that 51 points. But so my approach has been trying to pinpoint like a couple players that I know I want to burn a Titan for. And it's also not guaranteed. It's all first come, first serve. So, if you're not one of the first 100 to burn when the time comes, and we don't even know what that looks like yet, I'm guessing you'll miss out for those sought after players. So a couple tools I want to show you guys. I'm not talking about myself and Mike. A couple tools that I want to show you guys. One is Serial One, who have been incredibly innovative in their data tracking for Candy. And I also don't think, and I'm just going to speak from my ass here, I don't know how this works, but I don't think the data that Candy offers is the same as Top Shot. So like Own the Moment is such a deep dive and prices and how many are left and all that. I don't know if Candy reveals all that information. So what Serial One has done is pretty impressive. Here we go. Okay. So I'll show you guys one thing you can do to track your progress if you're looking for a Titan. Because the Candy collection is not very sortable at the moment. They're getting better, but so here's something that Serial One has set up. They already have lineup 6 up here, which is pretty dope. So here's every player that has both a Titan or sorry, both the legendary and epic. So they go all the way up to epic. As you can see, way more players would like goes to the epic than it does all the way to the legendary. But you pop in your collection URL in here, which did I not copy it correctly? I did not. What's going on? Okay, here we go. So this will tell you where you sit. We just pulled the Wendell, so I have 3 points. Let me try to make this bigger for you. There we go. I just pulled the Wendell's 3 points there. Here's a semi, and I have 40 points. I need 51. If we scroll down, when you have enough for a player, and here I am, Alex Verdugo. Hope he gets a legendary or a Titan. It'll show up yellow like that. So this helps you track your progress. Max Fried, I randomly pulled an epic from one of the packs, so I don't know if I'll go for the Titan. Xander Bogaerts, probably going to go for that Titan kid. Chris Sale. So, this will at least show you the progress, how much more you need. And they've done a great job. They also, of course, have a checklist here too. So that even if you're not chasing a Titan, but you just want to see how much you have of each, from each lineup of each player, if you're a psycho like me and someday hope to complete the full set, it shows you how much you have in each pocket. So that's one tool, but I want to show you something else that actually I shouldn't show you because I should keep it to myself. But it's too cool not to. So that was Serial One. Serial Chaser, which is another site who's done a great job with these tools. They were the ones that kind of showed what's been pulled and what hasn't in terms of legendaries. And this was back when it was just the all-star packs and we were like hungry for what still had to be pulled, which Trout's still in there, baby. So's Tim Anderson. So's Tatis. Anyway, they hadn't updated this screen for the new packs yet. And based on what's in there and what's not, that information is like readily available in the Discord. But what they do have here, if you click this research tab and say I wanted that Trout, I'm not going to go for the Trout Titan. I don't think it's going to be a mad dash and I'm going to sit it out. But say I wanted to, if you make an account and log in, you can go to research. You can not only see very much like on the moment style, the floor, the highest sale, the average price, but if you scroll down, it tells you how many points you have of 51 if you want to burn. And then it breaks it down by rarity, by tier. So if I'm looking to get 51 points, I need 48. This will tell me how much money I'm ultimately paying per point to get this Trout. So like, the epics are up to 400. That's obviously not the move because you only would have to burn one and then some additional stuff, but you're paying $10.13 per point versus $8 per point if you just buy a bunch of cores. Until you get until you buy like 7 of them. So this is a pretty dope tool. And I think, I haven't actually done this, but I think if you go ahead and say like, all right, I'm buying this, and this, I'll scoop that. Boom, you're there. And this is what it's going to cost you. So, Trout is a tough example, intimidating example, but let's say I do want to finish Verdugo. This at least makes it a little bit more digestible, where you can see, okay, yeah, 20 cents per point if I scoop a bunch of 60-cent commons. So anyway, great tool once you guys decide what players you want to burn for the Titans. So I'm excited. I think like the fact that they were able to turn this idea around this fast feels pretty innovative, especially when you consider, and apples to oranges with the user base, but consider Top Shot talking about it for years and finally coming true. Keith, I'll drop both links in the chat and I'll also put them in the show notes. But Serial Chaser, this is where you can really do research on the Titan, how much it's going to cost you, and then Serial One is very much like a more visually pleasing checklist for your stuff. Should we go for a Titan if we hit an epic on a big name? So that is the question that keeps me up at night, because an interesting thing here too is that, and smarter people than myself have probably done the math on this, and I think they have in the Discord. But you have to imagine, if there are 100 Titans coming to the table and 250 epics, not everyone's going to burn epics for Titans, right? But that epic supply is definitely going to go down if your player's getting a Titan. So, I always look at this from like a 5-year lens, right? Like we're scraping for people at this point, and it's a bear market, and I don't think the user base is growing that much. But you have to imagine, that we're in the 2019 or early 2020 version of Top Shot right now. And all this stuff is readily available, and that's the dream, right? I mean, please do your own research and invest wisely. But you have to imagine, that's the dream, is that more fans jump on this, and suddenly this is Series 1, and you have an epic of a great player with a reduced, not out of 250 anymore. It's going to be out of could be 200, could be 180. We don't know. I think to keep in mind, 100 can be burned. And I'm now realizing why they picked 100, because if 100 epics get burned, you have 150 in that epic tier. So yeah, it's a really good question. It's a really good question. I look at, I think you should consider serial number. Did you pull a low serial, or did you pull kind of a high wax serial? There's also a chance, I don't know, but there's a chance in this market that once the burn happens, the epics will drop, even though they have a reduced quantity. So maybe you burn, and then if you want to complete a little rainbow of that player, you go back and scoop an epic. That's why, to me, I can really only hone in on one or two of these guys, because it gets real expensive real fast. And I also don't want to be left holding the bag, preparing for the burn, and then, things drop a little bit and I have 400 Verdugos, which I already do. So I know that wasn't a real answer, but it's the kind of thing that I think about a lot. It's what's the epic going to look like? I think it's going to take a little bit of a hit, because it just gets knocked down a peg in the rarity tiers, but they are reducing quantity. So I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to, and I have a hard out at 7:30 because I have a hard in at work at 8:30, which is super annoying. Back to Snoop Loop, talking about the game ticket NFT. So they have started doing commemorative tickets, and this is where Candy is just shooting off in every direction. They've started doing commemorative tickets for important games, or games that are not necessarily based on what happens in the game, but a commemorative day. So I imagine, well, they just did Miguel Cabrera. They honored his 3,000th hit. So it wasn't his 3,000th hit game, but it was the Tigers honoring him for that with a little ceremony. And they made commemorative tickets for that game. I'll pull one up so you guys can see it. It's pretty slick. They've done it a few times for different games so far this season. And but I imagine that the dream is that you can NFTI or mint. Why am I saying NFTs? You can mint a ticket eventually for every game and have it in your wallet. And I'm going to share, good friend of the program, Aaron Michael Borland. I just made up your middle name. Here's a ticket that he got and got retweeted by Candy, but he got for Byron Buxton NFT night. So it looks pretty slick. And this says the Twins celebrated star-studded outfielder Byron Buxton on June 10th. Relive the day through this commemorative ticket that includes animation. So it's tough to see, but it has all the game information and then just a slick look. Why did they honor him in the middle of June? Portland, if you're here. Oh, look, I didn't even see that comment, and I still did it. He said they add your ticket info onto the NFT. Oh, that's super cool. That's super cool. Yeah, I think, look, it's a no-brainer that eventually whoever cracks, whether it's going to be Apple or whoever cracks the global wallet, all your tickets will be in there. Your commemorative baseball tickets, your concert tickets, your NFL tickets, it'll all Comic-Con, it'll all be like embedded in that wallet and you'd be able to flex on where you've been. That's my prediction. And it looks like Candy's getting a head start. So I think like that, the market for that is crazy. Whoever figures that out and has that global market of a wallet is gonna make a lot of money. All right. So this is not going to be the end of this show just because packs have stopped flowing, because I think there's a lot coming up still. If I was a betting man, I'd say we get something. Our next kind of content drop is the All-Star game, Home Run Derby All-Star game. And then, but I also think, and this is my hot take of the day, I have two actually, but I think my hot take of the day here for Candy is that now that all the players are out, and not all players, but enough players, and especially all the big guys, I think we start seeing challenges. We start seeing whispers of challenges now, because now you can build a lineup. You can theoretically pick the top, I don't know, fantasy points of the day or top home run hitters of the day or the week. So I think challenges, they've been quiet-ish on challenges. They've said they're coming. They've been open about that. But I think they've been quiet on it because they need all the players out there to make it effective. So it's not like, oh, here are your top 10 of the day, but 3 of them don't have moments. So here's your 11 through 13. So that's exciting to me. And I think we'll see a little bit about that coming up soon. And then my other hot take, as I sit here and look at all these plays of the day that come out every day and have a reduced circulation count because less and less people are buying. Here's what I think Candy should do. You heard it here probably second, if probably someone else has thought of this. But I imagine challenges, when they come to play of the day, that would be a perfect way to introduce historic moments. So say you want a historic cycle, right? Or they announce like I'm blanking on someone who hit for the cycle, but say that there's an iconic like cycle from the 70s or 80s, or like a home run robbery, a historic moment. The challenge should just be moments or plays of the day from this season, like create a showcase or create a lineup with all 5 cycles from 2022 to win play of the century or whatever, cycle of the century or whatever that might be. Right. And so these play types, maybe that's a clue. I don't know. But that would be super fun if they're able to release some historic moments, and it's all driven by there it is. Yeah. DJ, thank you. I'm struggling for like an actual historic moment. The Jim Edmonds epic over the shoulder catch, or like full backwards dive catch, which I just saw when the Red Sox played the Angels. They played it like 900 times. And I was like, man, that's the greatest catch of all time. Imagine that. Like you could win that as a play of the day, but you got to stack that. So imagine what would happen with the marketplace, right? Especially when there's only like 93 people minted the cycle the other night. So just a thought. I don't know. Take it or leave it. But I think that'd be pretty dope and a nice way to kind of reward those who have been steadily buying these plays of the day. I fell off. I still have a decent amount, but I now just like specifically wait till that moment means something to me or means something to baseball. But that's where it's going to get fun. And I think that all opens up now that now that all the players are out. So I do got to bounce, but I'm going to leave you with one more pack, which I probably shouldn't because I already got my epic luck. So watch me get straight uncommons, but that's all right. We're doing it for the content. We're doing 468. Let's go, baby. And then I got to jump, but this is not the end. We'll be back to strategize. Oh my God. Oh, influencer pack. Borland, you were right, baby. Wow. Back-to-back epics. Here we go. Oh, speaking of Edmonds, Tommy Edman on the cards. Oh, going for that Simeon. Look at this crap. Look, they want me to burn Simeon. Griffin Jacks. Wow. All right. The iconic starting pitcher on the Twins, of course. Borland, have you heard of Griffin Jax? How's he doing? Here we go. Pierce Johnson. That sounds painful. Pierce Johnson. And last, but certainly not least, we want Torkelson, Adley, Tatis, DeGrom. I don't want a Correa, but I'd take a Correa. Here we go, baby. Oh, I'll take Ozzy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I forgot about this. Now he's got to get better. Wow, what a pack. What a string of 2 packs. Exclusively saved by the legendaries. Or sorry, the epics. God, I wish. Legendary. Let's look at this play, and then I'm out of here. Ooh, let's hope it's number 1. It's not going to be number 1. All right, let's check this out. We'll check the serials. It's from September of last year, so bomb. Interesting that a lot of like the Red Sox and Astros moments are from the playoffs, but this is not, I guess, because of all the plays of the day and the Braves commemorative stuff. They didn't do World Series moments or playoff moments for the Braves. Either way, I'm happy. Let's see it, baby. All right. 376 for Griffin. Aaron says he's been decent this year. Pierce, 847 out of 850. Here we go, baby. Single digit. Oh, 58. It's all right. Well, we feel good. 2741 for Tommy Edman, and then 431 for Semien. And of course, we'll end on this note. He, in fact, did break his foot. Is he out for the season? Probably, but so be it. Hey, maybe the Braves will repeat and it'll get that championship badge. Who knows? Anyway, thank you guys so much. First of many, hopefully, that now that I'm back and work is slowing down a little bit. But this is great. I can't wait for challenges. I can't wait for Titans. We'll be back when the burning process begins. But otherwise, have a good morning and enjoy baseball, baby. The NBA is almost done. We're about to own this thing. So Karen's going to be doing baseball content. I'm going to make him. All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good day. Let me leave you with a little something. I'll just do the same.